ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते रमोपदस्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So currently we are reading the book called Teachings of Lord Chaitanya by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So currently we are in page 124, I think, and chapter 14, the ecstasy of the Lord and His devotees. That is the chapter. In continuation to that, in that prayer of Harivamsa, Indra admitted that he could not understand the situation of Goloka even by asking Brahma. Those who are devotees of Narayana, another expansion of Krishna, become situated in the Vaikuntha planets, but it is very difficult to reach the Goloka planet. Only persons who are devotees of Lord Chaitanya or Lord Sri Krishna can reach that. Indra then admitted that you have descendants from that Goloka planet in the spiritual world, and the disturbance which I have created was due to my foolishness, and he therefore begged excuse from Lord Krishna. The last phase of the pastimes of Lord Krishna is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam as Mausala Leela, including the mystery of Krishna's disappearance from the material world. He played a pastime that he was killed by a hunter. There are many disruptive explanations of the last last portions of Lord Krishna's pastimes, such as the description of the incarnation of his hair, and Lord Chaitanya described them in their right interpretation. As far as the incarnation of King Kamsa is concerned, this is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Vishnu Purana, and in Mahabharata. It is stated that it is stated there that the Lord snatched from his uh, two kinds of hair, a gray hair and a black hair, and the separate hairs entered into the womb of two queens of Yadu dynasty, namely Rohini and Devaki. It is stated there that Lord Krishna descends to this material world for vanquishing all the demons. But some say that Krishna is the incarnation of Vishnu, who is laying on the ocean of milk within this universe. Srila Rupa Goswami and his commentator, Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan, have discussed this point fully and have established the exact truth. Sri Jiva Goswami also discussed this point in the Krishna Sandarbha. When Lord Chaitanya finished his instruction to Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sanatan, being empowered and enlightened, was so transcendently pleased that he at once fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya and began to speak. I am born of a very low family, and I have always been in association with lowly people, and therefore I am the lowest of the sinful persons, but you are so kind that you have taught me the lessons which are not even understandable by the greatest being, Lord Brahma. And by your grace, I have appreciated the conclusions which you have taught me. But I am so low that I cannot touch even a drop of the ocean of your instruction. If you therefore want me, oh, I am nothing but I am a layman, to dance, then kindly give me your benediction by placing your feet on my head. He prayed for the Lord's confirmation that the teachings might be actually involved in his heart by the grace of the Lord. Otherwise, there was no possibility of them being described by him. The purport is that acharyas or spiritual masters are authorized by higher authorities. Instruction alone cannot make one an expert. Unless one is blessed by the spiritual master or the Acharya, such teaching cannot become fully manifested. Therefore, one should seek the mercy of the spiritual master so that the instruction of the spiritual master may develop within himself. After the prayer of Sanatan Goswami, Lord Chaitanya placed his feet over the head of Sanatan and gave him benediction that all the instruction he had given him would develop in him fully. That was the description of the ultimate stage of love of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya said that that such a description cannot be made very elaborately, but he had informed him as far as possible. Conclusion: anyone who attentively hear these discussions and instructions of Lord Chaitanya to Sanatan Goswami very soon becomes situated in Krishna consciousness and can be engaged in devotional service to the Lord. Thus ends the chapter 14 and chapter 15 explanation of the Atma Rama verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Chaitanya next explained a verse appearing in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very famous and known as the Atma Rama verse. It runs as follows: Atmaramscha munayo nigrahanta api urukrame kurvanti aheituki bhaktim ittam bhutaguna hari. The general meaning is that those who are liberated souls and fully satisfied within themselves will later become devotees of the Lord. This is especially meant for the impersonalist class because the impersonalist has no information of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They try to be satisfied in the impersonal Brahman, but Krishna is so attractive and so strong that he attracts even the minds of such impersonalists. That is the purport of the verse. This verse had been explained previously to a great Vedantist known as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sanatan Goswami, after taking his lessons from Lord Chaitanya, referred the incident to the Lord and prayed again for his explanation of the Atmarama verse. The author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, appreciating this explanation of the Atmarama verse, and as glorified Lord Chaitanya by his prayer, Sanatan Goswami fell flat at the feet of Lord Chaitanya and requested him to explain the Atmarama verse as he formerly had explained it to the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He explained his eagerness to hear the same explanation again so that he might be enlightened. When the Lord was when the Lord was thus requested by Sanatan Goswami, he replied, I do not understand why Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has so much appreciated my explanation. As far as I am concerned, as far as I am concerned, I don't remember what I said to him. But because you are asking, I shall try to explain whatever I can remember. By your association, the speaker and the audience are very intimately connected. The speaker is enlightened by the presence of the audience in the transcendental subject matters. The subject matters the speaker or the master can speak very nicely in relationship with the understanding of the audience. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya said, generally I do not know how to explain a Sanskrit verse, but I shall try to explain whatever I can by your association only. Hare Krishna. I will stop here, Prabhu. So, coming to the chapter 14 summary, there we can see that very clearly uh, the instructions or the teachings uh, from the Lord can only be understood with the help of the spiritual master. Even some the Lord Indra, Lord Brahma, those are also bewildered because they could not able to get the exact thing. So the conclusion is that even though we have even though we are very good at taking the instructions, but unless one is blessed by the spiritual master teachings, I mean, like he can impart, he can fully manifest in us. Then once that manifestation happen, when we have this, when we follow the instructions, then only we can fully able to implement those in our daily life. I mean, like so that in that way it helps in our spiritual progress. So anything like anyone who attentively hears these discussions, whatever the discussions happen between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Sanatan Goswami and all the teachings, uh, the whatever instructions of Lord Chaitanya to Sanatan Goswami. So one who attentively hears is able to become the Krishna consciousness. That is the conclusion, and can engage in devotional service to the Lord. And coming to the chapter 15, the explanation of the Atma started with the explanation of the Atmarama verse in Bhagavatam. Uh, it states that the general meaning is that those who are liberated souls and fully satisfied within themselves Even though Krishna is so attractive that there are some people who are impersonalists, they are in the Brahman realization, but slowly they can become the devotee because of the attraction of the Krishna. That's the summary of that words. After that, a discussion happened between the Sanatan Goswami and Chaitanya, and we can continue those teachings as we follow in the upcoming chapter.